boxing, and we are back with another banger. So please smash that like button and subscribe. And yeah, man, I want to talk, man. Keyshawn Davis, put on a hell of a performance against Jermaine Ortiz, and I want to talk about Shakur Stevenson, put on a dominant performance as well against Teofimo Lopez, man. And then you got fights that happen on the undercard as well. I want to talk about those as well, man. How's everybody doing today, man? I hope everybody's been doing good, man. I has found some time today to get on this live stream and to talk this boxing with you guys, man. It's been a while, man. So, I want to talk this boxing, man. I want to, see what's up with you guys, man, and definitely see what's going on in the world of boxing. You know what I'm saying? Kind of a spontaneous live stream, man, but we're here. We're gonna get it in and let's talk about it, man. So, first up, Keyshawn Davis, man, puts on, a hell of a performance against, what a lot of people consider is a contender. He's fought for world titles before. Um in Jermaine Ortiz. Jermaine Ortiz, has been, has put up good fights, with other competition, before he fought, Keyshawn Davis. Keyshawn Davis just shows that he's levels above, the guys that, are in his, not only in his weight class, but, he went from 135 in his last fight to this fight being at 140. Okay, so he went into Jermaine Ortiz's, pretty much his realm and his, I know Jermaine Ortiz used to fight at 135 as well. But he fought um he fought at he fought at fights at 140 as well too. So, you gotta put that in there as well. Um, but he did well, man. Keyshawn Davis, was picking his shots very well, taking a lot of chances, man. And that's the name of the game, man. If you're in this sport of boxing, man, fans want to see you take chances. Fans want to see you, you know, go in there and try to get the stoppage, man. They don't want to see you just. I mean, obviously you can box for 12 rounds. This is a sweet sport of boxing, but this is prize fighting. You're not in the amateurs anymore. You're not trying to get points. You're not. I mean, obviously, you're trying to get points in boxing and to win the fight. But fans really, really want to see knockouts. They really want to see knockouts. And there's nothing in my eyes. I don't see anything wrong with getting a stoppage, especially when you're taking chances like that, man. The way Keyshawn Davis is, I feel like Keyshawn Davis has done a lot in the sport so far with only 13, 14 professional fights. Um, I think it's awesome. I think it's awesome what he's doing in the sport of boxing, and he's got to keep it up. But as far as breaking down the fight, um, he went into the fight, on a pretty good layoff. The last time we seen Keyshawn in the ring, he missed weight. He had that whole debacle, out there in Virginia, out here in Virginia. So, he had that whole debacle, man, and we want to see more Keyshawn. We want to see more of him, fighting and stuff like that. So when he had that debacle, I'm not sure if Top Rank shelved him, which he did, make some rumblings of that. But I know he's back, and right now he's looking better than ever. You know, especially with this fight right now that we just seen, man. Um, he looked really, really good. Like I said, round one, he started out, um, popping the jab, taking chances, um, you know, a lot of 1-2s in and out. Um, and then he was staying in the pocket as well. He was staying in the pocket as well. He didn't have any problem staying in the pocket. Um, I know a lot of people said, Will he stay in the pocket? Will he take chances? Will he, be the Keyshawn Davis that we seen at 135? I feel like he was that and even more probably at 140. Um, but he took chances. He was, like I said, he was pretty much, um, whatever Jermaine Ortiz did, Keyshawn did it a hell of a lot better. And you could tell, man, Keyshawn is growing. He's only, like I said, he's only got 13 to 14 professional fights. And he's growing as a man, being only about 26 years old. Mind you, he's younger than, Teofimo Lopez and Shakur Stevenson. So the future is very, very bright for Keyshawn Davis if he can stay on the right path. You know, I know he's found God and he's done that and stuff like that, and I commend him for that. It looks like right now he's a lot more focused. He's more focused. Like I said, he's he started a new he started in a new weight division. He's with a new camp. He doesn't have some of the same fighters that he some of the same trainers that he did have. Um, and some of the same people that he had around him, he got rid of them, from what I'm hearing. So, I feel like all of that is good. Because whatever. Listen, let me just put this out here. If you're in boxing and you're starting to make $1 million paychecks and you're still around the same people that are not making anywhere close to $1 million paychecks, might be working a 9 to 5, might not be working at all. They're your friends, whatever like that. Maybe even your family. At some point, you're gonna, you either gonna put them on the team or they're just gonna be leeches, straight up. They're gonna be leeches. So I think right now Keyshawn Davis is starting to figure out who his real friends are, who's got the best interests for him, and he's flourishing. And like I said, in this fight, it showed that, he really, really, was trying to definitely get that knockout towards the end of the fight. So, fast forward towards the end of the fight, he knocked Jermaine Ortiz down with the body shot. Smash that like button as soon as you guys come in. Let's definitely get these likes up. He hit Jermaine Ortiz to the body, knocked him down, man, had him hurt. I wasn't for sure if Jermaine Ortiz was going to get up from that body shot, but he did get up. He actually did get up. That showed me that he had heart and determination, because there was a lot of talk leading up into this fight that Jermaine Ortiz was talking big shit, you know. And for a fighter to damn near get shut out, man, his talking and his actions, they just didn't match up. But I think that had a lot to do with Keyshawn Davis's, um, you know, I feel like that had a lot to do with his skill. That also had a lot to do with, how he was coming, man. I feel like Keyshawn Davis was very methodical, cutting off the ring. I know Jermaine Ortiz was trying to jab and move around the ring. Smash that like button as soon as you guys come in, man. Let's definitely get these likes up, man. If you don't mind. And he was moving around the ring. Jermaine Ortiz kept moving around the ring, um, and trying to do some pop shotting and fighting off the back foot, man. And Keyshawn Davis was, you know, even destroying that, man. He wasn't even letting Jermaine Ortiz, fight off the back foot. I mean, he was cutting the ring off with him and did very well doing it. And eventually, got the stoppage in the 12th and final round with less than 20 seconds to go. Fuck my parlay all the way up. Cause I had Shushu Carrington getting a win by decision. I had Keyshawn Davis getting a win by decision, and we all know Shakur Stevenson was gonna get the win by decision, but we'll talk about that later. Um, but Keyshawn Davis got this stoppage, with 12 seconds left, I think it was like. He wound up hitting. Jermaine Ortiz with a series of shots, head to body, and wind up dropping him again. Ortiz took a knee, and the ref jumped in and just waved it off. Waved it off. Waved it completely off. So when he did that, I was just like, wow, man, Keyshawn Davis is really coming into his own. He's coming into, I feel like 140 could be his weight class. I know he's saying that he might go back down to 135. But if you guys got to think, you got all of these guys that sparred together, um we're in camp, we're in certain camps together, and Hitchinson, excuse me, he's another champion at 140 pounds. He was at the fight as well. He used to train with Shakur Stevenson and Keyshawn Davis. He's a champion at 140. You got Keyshawn Davis, um a contender, um former champion at 135, but a contender at 140. We see that now. Can be a champion, I feel like. And now you got Shakur Stevenson with it, which is a champion at 140. All of these guys are at 140. Somebody's got to fight somebody. I know everybody wants to be friends. Everybody wants to be like, hey, I'm not fighting my brother, which is really not your brother, but I'm not fighting my brother. Um, and stuff like that. But I mean, shit, who wouldn't want to see a Richardson Hitchison versus Keyshawn Davis fight? Who wouldn't want to see a Shakur Stevenson versus Keyshawn Davis fight? I think that those fights sell. But listen, at the end of the day, Keyshawn Davis called out Devin Haney. And I think that that was a big call out. Devin Haney, dad was in Keyshawn Davis's DMs, and he was saying that, hey, this, my son wants to fight you. Um, my son wants to fight you and stuff like that. And listen, man, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, man. I would love to see these guys fight each other. I would love to see these guys fight each other. I want to see the best fight the best, straight up. I want to see the best fight the best. He called out uh he called out Keyshawn. Devin Haney must have, Devin Haney's dad must have said, look, man, I want to fight these guys. I want these two guys to be, you know, I want these two guys to be I want these two guys to be I want to see these two guys fight. Devin Haney, his dad, Bill Haney, possibly wanted to see these guys fight, and now they were in the DM, and he called him out. Look, at the end of the fight, he said, "Hey, Devin Haney, I'm I want to fight you next." And Devin Haney's been campaigning at 147. So does Keyshawn Davis go up to 147? Possibly. I mean, shit. I don't listen, man. Right now, the sky's the limit for this guy. Keyshawn Davis just moved up to fight at 140. Does he move up and fight again? Devin Haney? Let's see Devin Haney's last fight. Let's see what he fought at real quick, you guys. Smash that like button and subscribe. Let's definitely get these likes up, y'all. Come on, man. Smash that like button, man. Corey Lee Boxing is back. Um, Devin Haney. Let's see what we got. Devin Haney's 33-0, 15 knockouts. He's ranked number one in the world at welterweight, like I was telling you guys. Um, he just fought for the WBO welterweight title and stopped. No, did he stop him or did he beat him? Let me see. I think he's just beat him. Brian Norman Jr. Um, he wind up. Let you guys know now. I know he knocked him down. I believe he stopped him though. Did he finish him? Yeah, I believe he finished him. 117, 110. Yeah, I believe he finished him. I believe he finished him. I believe he finished him. Smash that like button and subscribe. So Devin Haney, listen, man. I want to see the best fight the best. Brian Norman Jr. said he was, the best. He come to find out he wasn't the best. And Devin Haney made work easy work of him. I feel like but I feel like getting in Devin Haney fighting Keyshawn Davis is a whole different animal. But these are the fights we want to see. Us as fight fans, we want to see these big fights. We want to see the best go up against the best. And a fight with Devin Haney and Keyshawn Davis, man, would be a hell of a fight. I think that'd be a hell of a fight, man. That'd be a fight that definitely fight fans want to see. I know I would want to see it. I know you guys at home probably would want to see it as well. Um, so yeah, and that was November 25th. You know, that was on November 25th. Um, right around Thanksgiving time. Um, about what was that? 2 months ago. So he didn't take a whole lot of Devin Haney didn't take a whole lot of punishment in that fight. Keyshawn Davis definitely didn't take a whole lot of punishment in this Jermaine Ortiz fight. Um, I don't see why we couldn't get a Devin Haney versus Keyshawn Davis fight in the summertime if everything could go well. Bill Haney's acting like he wants it. You know, um, Keyshawn Davis is definitely acting like he wanted. So let's make the fight happen. Smash that like button and subscribe. Um, so yeah, man, like I said, and stylistically, man, these guys are both. I feel like Keyshawn Davis last night was bigger than Jermaine Ortiz at his weight class. You know, hey, listen, man, these guys, when you start moving up in competition, man, but I don't think it was a weight thing. I think it was a skill thing. I think weight did have something to do with it when it came to Keyshawn stopping him because the power of his shots were definitely affecting um definitely affecting Jermaine Ortiz and got him out of there. Jermaine Ortiz that was his first time ever being stopped in a professional ring. Um And Keyshawn Davis showed that he's different. Showed that there's levels to this. So I'll keep you guys posted on if that fight will happen or not. Um Quick note, shout out to Shushu Carrington. He is the new WBC I believe featherweight champion of the world. Um Good win, good solid win, good like I said, good. He knocked his guy out. I believe it was in the ninth round. He hit him with like a five-piece combination, and he damn near stole the show, man. I believe he should have got knockout of the night. You know what I'm saying? That was a really, really good high level knockout. Um, and I would love to see Shushu Carrington. He's calling out. He's saying that he feels like he's better than Inoue. I'm not sure that Inoue versus Shushu Carrington, that's a big fight as well. But I think Shushu Carrington should try to solidify himself as a champion first before going straight into an Inoue fight. Inoue is a seasoned veteran by now, and one of the pound for pound greats right now in the sport of boxing, if not the number one pound for pound fighter in the sport of boxing, top three for sure. And for Shushu to shoot up for gold from that, and he got hurt by that guy last night. You know, Shushu Carrington got hurt last night by the Spanish guy he was fighting. Let me pull him up real quick. Um, he got hurt, man. So you got to be careful what you ask for because even though Inoue is moving up in weight, he hits like a ton of bricks, man. Dude is not coming in there to play with you. I know Shushu thinks he can beat him, which that's very confident. Hey man. But Carlos Castro, so he stopped and he knocked out and stopped Carlos Castro's at Madison Square Garden last night. Um, and that was a good, that was a good feather under his cap. I think Shushu Carrington put the world on notice last night in his hometown, New York. Um, and I just listen, man. I would love to see him in future fights. Um, hey, listen, man. Turkey's got Turkey's got the juice right now. I mean, he's putting on the top fighters, the top fights right now. Smash that like button and subscribe, you guys. He's putting on the top fights right now. You know, why wouldn't you want to see the best fight the best? You know, why wouldn't you want to see the best fight the best? You know, I know I would like to see the best fight the best. So let's see the best fight the best. Straight up. Straight up, man. So, I would love to know what you guys think about this, man. Definitely comment. But I want to talk about Shakur Stevenson next. Shakur Stevenson did fight last night. He was the main event. He fought Teofimo Lopez for Teofimo Lopez's WBO and Ring Magazine 140-pound titles. Um, and it was a lot of, and it was, shout out to everybody that was in the front row. They had an awards, I believe it was Friday night. They had Clarissa Shields, Archer Betterbeef, Alexander Usyk, Terrence Crawford, Andre Ward. The list goes on. It was, all of these, men and women and former and current champions, Triple G, Canelo Alvarez, Danny Jacobs. All of these guys were in attendance to the all of these guys were in attendance to the award ceremony they had for the Ring magazine the night before, and a lot of those fighters were front row at this fight, and it showed, man. It showed, and I think that was, listen, man. All of these guys that showed up, seeing that Shakur Stevenson put on a hell of a performance. Teofimo Lopez from the start, he had I feel like Teofimo had more, he was more interesting, making Shakur wait for the 5 or 10 minutes he waited on the walk-in, you know. He walked in, I mean, he made Shakur Stevenson wait 5 or 10 minutes. So that was wild straight up right there. So, listen, man. At the end of the day, Shakur Stevenson skills do pay the bills, and we seen Shakur Stevenson last night put on a clinic. Okay, he showed why he is the best. Um, I believe Shakur Stevenson is the best at 140. We don't know what Keyshawn Davis is doing right now at 140. Is he going to 135? Is he moving back? Is he moving up to 147? He said he wanted to move up to 147. I remember him saying it. Now that I think about it, I remember him saying that. So he want to move up to one. He want to move up to 147. Be my guest, but Shakur Stevenson, pump that jab out. The jab was the story. The jab was the was the key to the victory for him. Teofimo Lopez couldn't do anything with his jab with Shakur Stevenson's jab, and to be honest with you, Teofimo Lopez's jab wasn't anything, man. He wasn't doing anything. Yeah, I didn't see anything from Teofimo Lopez that had me worried that Shakur Stevenson could possibly get knocked out, buzzed, or hurt. You know, I don't even know if I don't even know if he. I'm not even sure if I'm not sure if Shakur Stevenson lost a round. That's how good he was. That's how good Shakur Stevenson was last night. I'm not even sure if he lost a round. So listen, man. Um, Back to the drawing board for Teofimo Lopez. He loses his WBO and Ring Magazine belts. But Shakur Stevenson said he would stay at 140 for the right fight. possibly hinting at fighting Conor Ben at 147. I would love to see Conor Ben versus Keyshawn Davis. I would love to see Shakur Stevenson um, versus Keyshawn Davis. But I know these guys said they'll never fight and stuff like that. But um, yeah, T.O., man, he got shut out last night, man. It was a clinical performance. And it was a hell of a card. It was a hell of a card. Um, I would love, like I said, I want to just see moving forward. I want to see what's next for Shakur Stevenson. Tiafimo got cut on his eye from the jab. The jab. I mean, the same side of Tiafimo Lopez's face, excuse me, was getting bruised up. I mean, he could not stay out of the way of that jab. That jab, you know, had Tiafimo's eye almost shut last night. So he could not stay out of the line of fire of that. Um, and it was just a clinic. It was a clinic last night. But I want to see the best fight the best. I want to see Shakur Stevenson, do more in the sport of boxing. Move up, maybe move up one more weight division. I think he could fight at 147 and beat shit. I think he could beat Barrios right now. I know Ryan Garcia is about to fight Barrios, but I think Shakur Stevenson can beat Barrios right now. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section, man. Pretty sure I've been on here almost 30 minutes, man. I'll talk about few more other things, man. Coming up, man, we got the Zoot for boxing tonight, man. You got Bobacek versus Butev. Um, and then you got some other fights on that card as well. Dana White's taking a stab at, this whole boxing thing, which he said he was. And we'll see how this works out for him. We'll see how this works out for him. Um, I think right now that I think right now that you know the sport of boxing needs more promoters and just needs more fights being put on, man. We're getting Sunday night fights tonight, man. Which we haven't had in a while. So I don't think it's bad for boxing. More boxing is always good for boxing in my eyes. We get to watch more fights. Um, and stuff like that. Shout out to Pickle in the chat. He says Shakur could, but Barrios is weak. Yeah, but he's a champion. He's a champion. Barrios is a champion. So, for him to go up to 147, he said it's got to be worth it. So maybe fight the winner of Ryan Garcia versus Barrios, which I think he shuts out. I'm gonna be honest. I think he shuts him out. I think that, he shuts him out. I think he's that good where he could actually, shut him out just like he did against Tio. You know, I mean his skill level is top tier, and I know they say he sleeps and breathes boxing. He doesn't cheat his body. He doesn't smash that like button as soon as you guys come in, man. Pickle, smash that like button, man. Let's get these likes up. Let's get these likes up. Let's definitely get these likes up. All of these likes up. So yeah, man. I mean, skills pay the bills. And I think right now in the sport of boxing, I just really feel like, I feel like Shakur Stevenson can move up to 147 and have a field day right now. I think he can have a field day right now. Shit, like I said, I said it earlier. I would love to see Shakur Stevenson fight Devin Haney. But, um, Keyshawn Davis has already called out Devin Haney, so I would love to see how that happens and see what happens with that. I think that that'll be a hell of a fight as well. But what's next for Shakur Stevenson? We'll never know. I mean, you got Murtaliev, that just beat Cruz at 135. Said he wants Shakur Stevenson next. That's a hell of a fight. Trained by Robert Garcia. I would love to see that. You know, Murtaliev has a lot of pressure, and he does a lot of different things, man. He does a lot of different things very good. Um, And he does have some weaknesses. I feel like the jab could, nullify some of his game plan, but I feel like he'll try to fight through the jab more than Tio did. I feel like he'll take more chances than Tio did. Pickle in the chat says, I didn't see the fight. How did Lopez fight? It's hard to be good against Shakur, but Lopez is so innocent, inconsistent, excuse me. Um, Shutout. The best way to explain what happened last night was a shutout, man. And it was one of them fights, man, where I was watching it and I was looking at it, and it just the same thing kept happening over and over and over and over. And by the end of the fight, I was just like, man, this is a shutout. This is a shutout. This is pretty much a shutout. So, listen, man, I would love to see the best fight the best, man, but Teofimo Lopez being a champion at 140, man. Yeah, he was a champion. Yeah, he got a hell of a payday. Um, but I just feel like Shakur, and it's crazy because Teofimo Lopez is still promoted, I feel like, by Bob Arum, I think. So, you know, um, he's still, he's still promoted by Bob Arum. So not only did Shakur Stevenson used to be promoted by Bob Arum, he beaten current fighters that are still promoted by Bob Arum. So it's wild. It is wild. That is wild. That is wild. So listen, man, it's one of those things, man, where, you gotta, at this point in time, man, Shakur Stevenson, listen, people are starting to come and starting to watch Shakur Stevenson, you know, because you got a lot of guys backing Shakur Stevenson. You got Terrence Crawford backing him. Uh you got Terrence Crawford backing him. You got uh Andre Ward backing him. You got a lot of the greats backing him. Um, both guys um retired undefeated. So, that's another thing. Then you got Mayweather calling him before the fight and wishing him the best and saying he knows he can do it. Knows he's gonna win. So at the end of the day, man, skills do pay the bills. Um, and I would love to see, what's next for Shakur Stevenson, man. And what's next for the sport of boxing, man. Like I said, tonight they do have Zuffa boxing starting at 6 o'clock tonight. I feel like Jalil Hackett is fighting tonight as well. Um, out there from the DMV. Shout out to his dad as well. Like I said, then you got Bobacek from the Ukraine, fighting a Russian and Butiev, which is gonna be a hell of a fight. And then you got I believe Venezuela, the guy that that fought Isaac Cruz. You got him fighting tonight. So it's gonna be a pretty good card. Dana White's taking another stab. This is two cards within 1 month period of time. So, I mean, Dana White's putting on, man. He's got shows. So, listen, we'll see how it goes, man. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section, man. Uh, Please smash that like button and subscribe. And I'll check you guys on the next live stream. All right, man. Thank you guys for watching.